In previous active tips, you've seen plenty of ideas on how to use or make containers. Let's explore one other idea today. Let's say you want to make a container that will contain anything. Well, what's the point of that? Well, let me show you. So on this page, you see I have two items. I have a clipboard, I have a piece of paper, and I have some weather icons over here. Now this clipboard right here, I've already set to be a container for everything. So what that means is if I write on it or I bring some images over to this, now when I move this clipboard, everything that I put on there stays with it. I can move it around the page, I can resize it, and that writing is going to stay with it, and it's going to resize with it. How cool is that? So how do you create something like this? What I'm going to do is click on this piece of paper right here, and we're going to do it together. I'm going to open up my browser, and within my property browser, with this item selected, I'm going to go to Container, and then where it says Can Contain, I'm going to pull this down. And you might have seen in previous active tips we talk about container keyword, container specific object. Well, now I'm going to do container anything. So what this basically means is that this container can contain anything. So anything can be contained in here, but it's going to stay in there. So I can move the sun, and maybe we'll have a partially sunny day. So I have objects, I can have pen marks, I can even have highlighter marks. All of this is going to be contained in that note right there. So I can take it, I can resize it, and I can put it off to the page to use later. Now the really cool thing is I can drag this out, and those pieces that are contained can now be dragged out. So it's a great way for me to put things on my page, put them off to the side, but still have the ability to use them later. Here's a great anything container idea submitted to Planet by Roger Grodin. The containers represent tasks for the students to do during the day. And then you can just take the names of the students, and these have already been set to contain anything, and say, okay, Mary, you're in charge of trash. John, you're going to be in charge of vacuuming. Timmy, you get hard labor, my friend. You're digging ditches. And Joe, you're in charge of pushing the baby around. Now you can move those around, and they contain anything so the students' names stay on there. Or, John's being a little squirrely today. Say, you know what, John? Hard labor for you, my friend. Timmy, you get the orc. Now finally, if you have an active board 500, you can use both your finger and a pen at the board. You can see I'm now hooked up to one. On my toolbar I have both a pen selector and a finger selector, but you can still do the anything goes container. I can bring my words onto the chalkboard here, but with the ability to pinch and resize objects, it allows me to do something very cool. I can take this chalkboard, I can move it around, but using my fingers, I don't have to click on it. I can just take two fingers to the board, resize it, and then move it off to the side.